So at this point you have drawn this triangle object, and once you're finished you should see it looks like this. Now you should have hidden lines. Why? Because these hidden lines are going to show this cutout of the triangle in the side and top view, because you need that X-ray vision from those views in order to see that these object lines are there. Okay, so how do we give dimensions? You should have also put dimensions on. If you haven't done so, do that now. When we do our dimensions, we want to show every measurement. So your dimensions on your page should look like this. Now, hold on. Does this fit nicely on my page? If you've got a sheet of paper like this, does it utilize your space? You know, the point of this, we want a clear picture of our objects. No, it does not. Much space, many empty, yes, small. So here's the question. We're trying to introduce a concept here. How can you draw a table? A table, an entire table, like in the classroom, on a piece of paper that is only 8.5 by 11? Scale. Scale is basically like a secret code, almost like a, it's a proportionality, so that even if it gets smaller in a uniform way that it still accurately shows the properties of the object. For instance, on Google Maps, your house is visible because they shrunk the entire thing down proportionally into your screen. So let's talk about scale. Okay, so scale is like a secret code, and you basically tell the person in your drawing that there's a ratio that'll explain how big the drawn picture is compared to the real object. Now ignore this slide, because I'd rather just show you the real method. If you have a 2-to-1 ratio, that means your drawing on paper is 2 times as large as the real life object. So if I were to draw a line, okay, here is the actual line, the way it exists in life. If I drew this in 2-to-1 scale, it would be twice the length. Now, when you make scale images, you know, you're going to have to dimension them. So I have my blackened in arrowheads, like this. Now let's call this 4 inches. The question I have for you, when I go to dimension my scale image, okay, this is 2-to-1. What is that measurement? If you said 4 inches, you are correct. Why? Because we aren't telling them the measurements of our drawing. We are telling them the measurements of the object. That's the whole point of these drawings. So when you dimension your scaled drawings, put the real distance. Your task is to draw the triangle object in a 2-to-1 scale and a 1-to-2 scale with dimensions. I can't turn this off.